Figuring out where to retire can be a daunting task. There's so much information out there on the internet, but somehow it's still really difficult to figure out what retirement community would fit your lifestyle best. You might be excited by the idea of retiring in Salem, or maybe you're not yet convinced that Salem is even a good place to live. Maybe you're on the fence and eagerly searching for just one more reason to convince you that Salem is the right decision for your retirement plans. In this video, we're going to talk about the best 55 plus communities in Salem. My hope is to give you all of the information you need to make a well-informed decision for yourself about Salem, and if it would be a good place for you to retire to. I have to be upfront and honest with you. There is only one community on this list that is a designated 55 plus community with single family homes, and that is because Salem only has one. But don't get me wrong, Salem has a lot of assisted living communities where there's condo and apartment style living, but I know a lot of my internet friends who are watching this video want single family homes in a 55 plus community and not necessarily an old folks home. There's nothing wrong with that style of assisted living or those communities, but this video is really gonna focus on independent houses and living in 55 plus communities. And you might be wondering if there's only one designated 55 plus community with single family homes on this list. What the heck are the other three doing on this list? Well, friends, that's a good question. And the other three neighborhoods on this list, while they're not designated 55 plus communities, they are neighborhoods that are popular with my 55 plus clients. And stick around until the end because I'm gonna add a very popular dedicated 55 plus community to the end of this list, but the catch is it's actually not in Salem, but it's north by 20 minutes. My name is Clarity Odd and I'm a real estate agent here in Salem. I make videos for you, my future clients who are relocating and thinking about retiring to Salem. Just like you, I relocated to Salem and shoot, I wish I had this information when I was thinking about relocating. If you're buying a home here in Salem and you want to work with us in the home buying process, go down to the description of this video where you're going to find all of our contact information. Reach out to us so that we can help you. Okay, let's jump in. I'm excited to talk about this because there's so many good communities in Salem, and I think a lot of people just don't even know that Salem's a great place to retire. The first area on our list is Salemtowne. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I was talking about the fact that there's only one dedicated 55 plus community in Salem that has single family residential living. That means it's a detached home, it's not a condo, it's not an apartment. This community is all single story detached homes. Salemtowne is located in West Salem, which is honestly the biggest gripe that I get from my clients about that community. I've made a video, which I'll link in the description of this video, that's actually a driving tour of Salemtowne so that you can get a better idea of what that community is actually like and how long it takes you to get from the West Salem Bridge up into Salemtowne. This is a golf course community, and the unique aspect of this golf course in particular from the other communities on this list is that the golf course is reserved for only the people who reside in Salemtowne. Salemtowne is going to be a great fit for you if you want a little bit more independent living and you want that dedicated 55 plus community. You don't want little rugrats running around. You want to be able to drive around on your golf cart. You want to have a community center that hosts different events for yourself and your neighbors. That is the main reason why people fall in love with Salemtowne, and if all of those qualities sound really nice to you and you don't necessarily mind being in West Salem, then Salemtowne is probably going to be a place that you're going to want to check out. If you really like wineries, Salemtowne is also very close to a lot of the wineries that we have in West Salem. And you're also going to have easy commutability to places like McMinnville, which is about 30 to 35 minutes north of Salemtowne. Or you might want to be close to Newburgh.
Salemtowne positions you in a really great way so that you can easily get to those kind of rural, cute little towns that Oregon has. If you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up and go down to the comments and tell me where exactly you're watching this video from. The next community on our list is the golf course community of Illahe, located in South Salem. Now again, this is not a dedicated 55 plus community, but I do have a lot of retirees who end up living in this community because they just love it so much. The one major downside about this community is, again, its location. It's located right off of River Road, and it's in a position of South Salem where you're so dependent on River Road that if you want to get into Salem, downtown Salem, you got to go on River Road. If you want to get to Costco, you got to go on River Road. Everything revolves around River Road. Why that can be a little bit precarious is if anything happens on that road, if there's an accident, if there's a mudslide, whatever, you're kind of going to be stuck, or you're going to have to find a long detour to get back into downtown Salem. I know a lot of my clients who end up moving to Illahe, they don't see River Road as an aversion. They see it as something that's really positive. They like to have their privacy and they don't want people driving through their neighborhood. And for that reason, a lot of people are like, yes, give me the secluded life of Illahe. Illahe is on a golf course, and that golf course does have a country club. It's open to the public, so it's not just the people of Illahe that can play a round of golf there. The clubhouse does offer a pool, and there's also a restaurant, and it does host events. I would say it's not as event focused as a place like Salemtowne. One of the unique aspects of the Illahe neighborhood is that you're going to have the availability of condos. So if you like the idea of condo living, you might not want to take care of your landscaping anymore. The condos in Illahe are so stinking cute. They have a very mid-century vibe. If you get one of the eastern condos, you're going to be able to look out into the valley and over the country club. So there's a lot of good options if you're wanting to maybe not have a single family home anymore. If you are wanting to have a single family home and you like the idea of a grand, spacious home, you don't really want that big of a yard, but you want kind of a unique, cool house, Illahe is a really good spot to look. You're going to find a lot of variety in the architecture. A lot of the homes have been renovated, and so they're updated, and they do have some really funky homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. The next community on our list is called Creekside. Again, this is not a dedicated 55 plus community, so you are going to find people who are older and younger than 55 years living in this community. Creekside is located in South Salem, and it's really popular for retirees, but also families and people who want luxury homes on a golf course. This area is a little bit more hilly, so if you are adverse to hills, some areas of Creekside might not be a fit for you. Creekside also has a country club and a restaurant and a pool. There used to be a nail salon in the bottom next to the pro shop, and every year there's usually a neighborhood gathering in the country club there. The houses that you're going to find in Creekside are probably going to be the biggest of all of the homes that we're talking about here, and they do have multiple stories because some of Creekside is on a hill. But the reason why this made the list is because if you are wanting a 55 plus community, but you're wanting generational living, Creekside is a really great place to check out. The houses are very big. It's in a very convenient location. 20 minutes to Costco, 20 minutes to downtown Salem, 20 minutes to the highway, and for that reason, it made the list. The next neighborhood on our list is called McNary Estates, which is actually located in Keizer, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump above Salem. This neighborhood made the list because, again, while it's not a 55 plus dedicated community, there are so many of my clients who want to be close to I-5, they want a golf course, and they end up moving to McNary Estates. That might be because in Keizer there are not many options. Well, actually there are no other options in Keizer that are similar to McNary Estates in the way of a golf course community. Again, you can drive your golf cart around McNary Estates. You have a public golf course. You have a restaurant. You have a little commercial area in the front of McNary Estates. And this is a really popular destination because there's a lot of single-story living, and the houses don't tend to be as grandiose as a place like Creekside. They're a little bit more manageable in terms of landscaping and just the size of the home in general. You are going to find 2-story, 3-story houses in McNary Estates, but there is a wide variety of types of houses in McNary Estates. If you're open to condo living, there is a little tiny neighborhood called Inland Shores, which is located just south of McNary Estates. They share a street. It's, you know, part and parcel. They're very similar. But if you're wanting condo living, living in Inland Shores is also an option. And I didn't put that as its own separate community on this list because McNary Estates and Inland Shores are just so close to each other. But Inland Shores is another great community. It's not the same community as McNary Estates, so you don't have to pay the same type of HOA fees, and it's just a little bit different. But what's unique about that area is you have Stats Lake, which is a private lake, and if you decide to purchase a home on Stats Lake, you're gonna have a beautiful view of a lake in Keizer, which is just unheard of in any other place in Keizer. On Stats Lake, you don't have the ability to put a motorized boat into the lake, but you can do paddleboarding, canoeing, one of those little foot pedal bikes. So you can still do stuff on the water there. Kind of touched on this earlier at the beginning of talking about McNary Estates, but McNary Estates is so incredibly conducive to those who want easy access to Portland or the airport up there. Because you're so close to I-5, McNary Estates and Inland Shores is really a great spot to check out. Now, this is a bonus one on our list because this community that I'm about to mention next, it actually is not in Salem. It's located about 20 minutes north, but it is a dedicated 55+ community. It has single family homes, detached, very, very similar to Salemtowne. It also has its own golf course, but it is located in Woodburn. Again, that's about 20 minutes north of Salem. You have the Woodburn outlets right across the street from this community, which I totally forgot to say the name of. So it's called Woodburn Estates. It has its own golf course as well. You can drive around on your golf cart, but it's a little bit more removed from Salem, and it doesn't have its own proper downtown area. Woodburn is a very small community. It really doesn't have a downtown like Salem does. So if you're wanting a little bit less of the city life, I would definitely recommend checking out Woodburn Estates in Woodburn. Well, friends, those are the top 5 55+ communities where my clients are deciding to retire from. If you liked this video, you're definitely going to want to watch this video next. Bye, friends.